Alright, so, like, I've had this fucking weird, sort of, play, sorting out through my head for, about a week now. but I gotta make this reference that's been repeating in my head a lot. Like, you ever see that movie, Little Nicky, with Adam Sandler? And he's just like, the girl's like, where are you from? He's like, the South. The deep South. Yeah. But I often think to myself, I requote that movie, and it's just like, where are you from? The state. The deep state. Yeah, very bad joke. But let me, dude, we're kind of on a crash course right now. We've got the pussy hats and we got the piss bottles. We've got the rednecks and we've got the rednecks with the guns. The sister fucking rednecks with the guns. And what no one is really taking into consideration here is, like, if we go to civil war, no one seems to understand that natural selection is going to play out. Basically, we've got Antifa junkies, we've got screaming third wave feminists, we've got these weird fucking Marxist sorts of stormtroopers running around armed with fire hydrants, and fire extinguishers and pickets. Yet we have the Trump supporters, the sister fuckers, who are armed with AR-15s, AK-47s, Glocks, Berettas, all the fucking guns the military has. And the big know-it-all college fucking liberals seem to think, oh yeah, just because I have this indoctrination program into the system that I learned in my school, in my Go Fuck Yourself program, I have all the power in the world because I'm so fucking smart and so highly educated. You don't seem to think that the dumb religious people, okay, they're like a fucking dumb animal, okay? It's like taking a hippopotamus and forcing it against a small kitten. The small kitten is you hanging from that tree in that fucking therapist room you go to when you talk to your doctor about all your fucking gender issues. Hang in there, kitty. You'll get help soon. That's what the fucking liberals are bathing in right now. It's that fucking idea. Like you hang in there and it's going to solve itself. It's just going to fix itself. The problem is solved. You don't gotta worry about anything. But we've got this fucking battalion. You know, this is like, I don't know, more than 3/4 of the fucking nation who are incredibly fucking pissed off. They are incredibly fed up with you, and they are getting to the point where they're getting paranoid. Like, they're getting paranoid. I'm getting paranoid. I'm paranoid every time I come on here and I make a video. It's just like, I'm fucking paranoid because ideas are so expressive and they're so fucking dangerous to even speak about them. Now that makes me paranoid in my sense, whereas the dumb fucking redneck people, they're paranoid that the government's gonna come knocking at their door and they're gonna take their fucking families away and cut their fucking hands off. And do you know who they're going to blame? Do you know who they're going to look to as the sort of scapegoat, the ones who are responsible for all this? They're gonna look at the Marxists, stormtrooping, Nazi fighting, apparently motherfuckers who want to burn books and tell people what to think, and they want to censor everything under the goddamn sun. So it's just like, you liberals believe in natural selection so fucking badly over religion that you're willing to cast it aside and be like, oh, this would never happen to us because we learned all about natural selection in our fucking Marxist school. So that means essentially we're going to be the ones that survive the outcome. Yet all we have are piss bottles and pussy hats. It doesn't just fucking crumble to pieces and stop making sense at this point? Like, if we engage in a civil war, which seems almost inevitable at this point because we have all these news outlets printing this race-baity material towards white people and black people, creating this clear line of division to make people divisive towards one another, you don't seem to think that you're going to fall without the favor of nature. That the nature right now is actually in a romantic relationship with the Trump supporters because they might be dumb, religious, backwoods, sister fucking rednecks, but dude, they're the ones that are packing the fucking arsenal. Have you not considered that? They're the ones that got all the fucking guns, man. They're the ones that got all the fucking reason to go out there and lose their fucking minds and start shooting. It doesn't matter if they're fucking stupid or if you think they're stupid or if you think that they're better off believing in the fucking flying spaghetti monster at this point. You are not seeing the clearer picture here. It's the fact of the matter is you're armed with sticks and stones. and you're hurt by words. You're hurt by fucking words. How do you think a goddamn bullet is going to feel? How do you think a bullet's going to fucking break you? Sticks and stones will never break my bones, and whatever, words will never hurt me. But a goddamn bullet entering a certain part of your body is going to shatter the bone, and all the blood's going to spew out, and you're going to be fucking crippled in the street crying, saying, oh my god, I'm so fucking sorry for not making America great again. And it's not like I am supporting or endorsing fucking Trump supporters, but like, you know, you kind of find yourself falling into their favor, because it's just like, weigh it out, morons. Weigh it out. Who's gonna fucking win this one if we go to a civil war? You? With your fucking piss bottles? And when they probably got grenades stockpiled somewhere, they're ready to fucking go to war. You've been peeing in bottles for the last 24 hours. That's how you've been preparing yourself for this sort of survivalist atmosphere where you have to have armored tanks, and you have to have fallout shelters, and you have to have a fucking bomb shelter, you have to have foods and rations stacked up. You have your liberal arts degree and essentially nothing other than that. Your liberal arts degree is not going to stop a bullet. It's not going to deflect it or anything. So it's just like every time you bring up any sort of argument, you're not contemplating what you're sparking. And yes, what you're sparking is essentially a civil war. Like, you are being extremely, incredibly divisive towards people who are on the verge of going nuts and creating a complete collapse of everything. They want to bring the establishment down. They want to bring all the social matters down. They want to start reflecting upon their lives once again, and they are willing to fight. It'll be the fucking Battle of Gettysburg, except it's angry rednecks and people dressed up like foot soldiers from the fucking Ninja Turtles movie. You know, it's like you're not being rational. It's the same with the fucking EU. How it's sort of merging into this one singular state that's going to be taken over by a fucking insane German globalist who's going to flush all the white people out. And you should be festive about that. I understand you probably are festive about that. You're probably parading around in the streets right now going, oh yay, no more whitey in the EU, no more whitey, no more whitey. But it's going to become this huge paradox of radical Islamics, okay? And everyone's just like, how can you say that? And I'm saying that because, yes, Islam is a religion of peace in certain parts of the world, whereas in other parts of the world, it's about 500 years backwards, and they haven't taken a single step forwards from beyond that point. It's much like the Christian Crusades, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, when they had that period where they were burning people at the stake. They were going to villages and pillaging them and killing people, eating the babies and doing whatever those crazy Christians did back then. But there came a point in time where they're just like, hey, maybe we can be a little bit more moderate about things. Whereas certain parts of the country, predominantly in the Middle East, where they have not yet passed that point, because we continuously go in there and we fuck with them, and so the religions and everything in their mind, it gets blown out of proportion, it gets conflated, and it makes them more superstitious. It makes them believe even harder into the things that they adhere to. So it's like at some fucking point, once they take over half of Europe, or even more of Europe, by the projection, they're going to take over all of Europe. And then they're going to have access to their armies, they're going to have access to their resources, they're going to have access to their weapons, they're going to have access to their money, they're going to have access to their economy, all the while believing the rest of the world is fucking crazy and ludicrous, and that they are the infidels or something like that. This is not me saying we need to wage war against anybody. This is me saying that there is going to come a point in time where there's going to be a radical group. There's going to be a radical group out there, and they are going to have all the fucking resources in the world, and they're still going to adhere to their beliefs and customs, which are 500 years backwards. For that religion to actually take time to mature and flourish into something that is actually more moderate will take hundreds of years, because they're still in that primitive state, because we've been fucking with them so much. What is so hard to understand about that? Yes, inherently, we are the problem. We are the ones who created this issue with fucking Islam, and we've created it with the fucking radicals, but we're not helping the situation by allowing these floodgates to open so they can swarm in there like they're coming from the mountains of fucking Mordor, being led by fucking Sauron and they're so held to their fucking beliefs and everything. It's just like, draw it out in your head for a fucking minute and fucking think about it. Just fucking think about it for a minute, man. And it's going to start here in goddamn America. It's going to start here in fucking America once there comes one fucking slip up and everyone loses their fucking mind. Civil war is sparked. And then at that point, we're going to be beyond a state of demoralization. We're going to be in a state of emergency. And then FEMA might come in. They might start shipping us off to concentration camps, locking us up and stuff like that. Because in that event, the military has more power than the fucking government. The government has stepped out at that point. So what the fuck do? We get locked up and shipped away because now the military is in control. Because the military has all the fucking guns and the military is controlling the situation. And the military really has no one fucking directing them other than their crazed out fucking generals and lieutenants and all those fucking people who more or less might be trying to make America great again, or they're just insane and ludicrous trying to solve a fucking problem. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? And the liberals seem to have it all figured out. They seem to think that they fall under the correct perimeters of the paradigm, that they're the right ones because they're the ones spreading social awareness, and they're the ones who are preventing this massive fucking war that's going to happen in our country and perhaps happen within the goddamn world. You've gotta, like, man, I curl up into it. I've cried over this. I've literally cried over it, and I've laughed over it too. Hysterically. Dressed in women's clothes, banging my fucking palm off the ground of the floor, laughing, saying, Mother Nature favors the Trump supporters at this point. And the fucking idiots don't understand that. They don't understand that because they are so brainwashed and fed with these ideas of fucking of virtue and all these things that they think make the world go round, but they're also like, well, we believe in equality and this and that, yet we don't believe in God, but we believe equality will conquer all. But like, in accordance to the laws of nature, equality doesn't fucking exist. If equality existed, lions wouldn't be hunting down gazelles. Lions wouldn't be eating smaller fucking animals if there was fucking equality, you fucking idiots. And I'm sorry for calling you idiots, but you guys are so bent on Darwinism and shit like that, you think along the way you'd somehow figure this out. But you necessarily haven't. You haven't figured this out yet? You big fucking non-believing in the fucking universe, non-believing in the accordance of there being some cosmic god out there of some sort. Maybe he's not omniscient. Maybe he's just a little confused and playing chess with the planet and just lost all of his kings, lost all of his knights, lost all of his pawns and bishops, and just like, fuck it, man. Let them fucking figure it out for themselves. I'm fucking tired of playing fucking babysitter with everybody. Dude, if people get fed up and if we're creating God's image, then at some point God's got to get fed up and just be like, you know what? I'm stepping out for this one, man. Let those little fuckers take care of it themselves. The brainiacs think they're so smart, and the religious rednecks are putting too much goddamn faith into me. I'm done. I'm done playing this fucking game. I'm out. Done. Like, man, have we really tried to solve any of these issues? The answer is no. The answer is no. We've always tried to look at things through that fucking periscope. Like we're underwater and we're just like poking it outside and just kind of fishing around until we think we spot a piece of land or something, and then we like, oh yeah, we should just sail up there and do whatever the fuck we want with it. Then next thing you know, everyone is fighting each other for something on that little island. Because we riled them the fuck up. And now they're just banging their heads off coconuts, beating each other up, wearing clad black clothing, dressed like foot soldiers or something like that, macing, setting things on fire, beating up women, you know, And then you got the other side of the island where they've actually found these tools that can, project bullets and virtually, essentially, bury them under the sand. I know the point falls fucking short with people. It falls very fucking short. But it's just like trying to explain this. It makes me desperate. It makes me fucking desperate. It makes me fucking paranoid. It makes me want to cry. It makes me want to give up. And like, man, there is no resolve in this fucking world anymore, I don't think. And there's like, oh, that's awfully pessimistic of you, Charlie. Shouldn't you believe that the good guys are going to win? I don't know. It's a pretty bad forecast right now. Pretty bad forecast with the way things are turning out and the way people are acting and the way people are so unwilling and so unnegotiable with letting go of their vices and just being human with each other. Like, just having civil discourse and just kind of like sitting back and chatting things out and just being like, well, this is how I feel. How do you feel? I'll give you 5 minutes to talk if you give me 5 minutes to talk. But it's just like, we don't listen to fascists. We don't listen to fascists. It's like, okay, first of all, you're the one who's established that I'm a fascist. That doesn't reflect what the rest of society thinks. So how are you 100% sure I am a fascist? Just because your boss told you so? Just because whoever's running the head of Antifa told you that I'm a fascist? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Everyone has these insanely drawn out vitriol arguments that really contradict everything that they stand for. If you look at it with a broader perspective, and I think a lot of people just lack that perspective because they've been so diluted by their schools, they've been so diluted by their professors, they've been so diluted by the TV and the newspapers. The only thing that seems to bring people into touch with one another is when a catastrophe happens. When they finally say, oh, we were wrong, and now the bombs are exploding, now the fires are happening, and now the people are piling into the streets just shooting each other, and I suppose we must have got something wrong somewhere on the way, and now we're paying the consequences, so feel sorry for me, because I made poor choices, and I was just generally a neglectful person who decided upon himself that he cares more about himself than he does perhaps the future generations, which are going to be screwed if we keep going down this path. There's no denying it. Children are the future. They're the future, and we are every day screwing them over. Like, I staunchly believe, with a stark, raving sense of madness, that we need to give people faith again. That they need to fucking believe in something. Other than these flying spaghetti monsters and religions of peace. When there are obvious errors within them. What the fuck do I know? I might as well just give the fuck up.